Superhero movies, they are on the way out. Whether it's superhero fatigue, whether it's actor fatigue, this and that, they are on the way out. People are not excited anymore. And that is leading to desperation by the studios. Namely, we'll just say, I don't know, Disney, Marvel, the MCU, Kevin Feige, everybody over there, they know they are reaching the end of the line, and the end of the line is into basically a bottomless pit. They're going to leap off, and they're never going to come back. Well, I'm not sure superhero movies won't come back, but it's never going to be the same as it was in 2008 when Iron Man kicked off the MCU. So here we are at the end of this long, arduous, now very agenda-packed road. And we've gotten through this summer. Marvel's basically done for the year. They got one TV show left, Wonder Man, that nobody gives two silly shits about. And that means next year we're lining up for, let's see, Vision Quest. And eventually we got Spider-Man Brand New Day, which is more of a Sony thing, but it's still MCU. But we're not here to talk about those. We are here to talk about the upcoming disaster that will be Avengers Doomsday. Now, we have commented on Doomsday over and over again. It's something that keeps coming back around. But a lot of the times it's just rumor, conjecture, this and that. But no, now I have something today that I want to bring up. I have something today that to me shows a distinct problem with what this movie represents in terms of quality, in terms of storytelling, and in terms of overall production value. What am I talking about? Well, Alan Cumming did an interview with People magazine last week. And a few bits and pieces came out here. It's like, okay, we're mostly going to ignore this. But then one line has emerged from this that to me is massively troubling in terms of the quality of this movie. Specifically speaking to when he says right here, I did the entire film in isolation. Lots of green screen, face replacement. They even gave characters fake names. I don't know who I was acting with half the time. Let me try again. There we go. Good whistle. Alan Cumming is, of course, returning as Nightcrawler. He is now 60 years old. It has been a good couple decades since he was in the Fox X-Men films. And this is the desperation. First of all, pulling on the nostalgia threads of the Fox X-Men films, which I'm going to, as I've said before, they're not as great as you remember. They're not that great. They never were that great. You're just thinking of better times. I've said that before. I'm saying it again, and I'm going to stand by that statement. But what you got here, look at what he says here. Let's look at it again, and you'll understand where I'm coming from in a moment if you already haven't gotten there ahead of me. I did the entire film in isolation. Now, he said he had to fit this in while shooting another movie. Okay, fine. But still, the entire film in isolation. Lots of green screen. We expect lots of green screen. Face replacement. Gave characters fake names. Let me ask you this question, Alan Cumming, and anybody coming to the defense, because I've seen people going, this has got to be peak, all that kind of crap that you see from these morons out there. How can you give a powerful performance for whatever length of time you're in this if you don't even know what the story is and who you were acting with? Just let that sink in for a moment. He goes in. He does his scenes. He doesn't know who characters are. He doesn't know who he was acting with. He has to have read whatever his script was and know whatever his role in the movie is. But he doesn't know what the movie is. He doesn't know what's going on. Excuse me, but shouldn't you have some understanding of the film to be able to immerse yourself in the character and the events to give an authentic performance? This statement here tells me this movie, Avengers Doomsday, is a slapdash, duct tape, spit, and snot held together production. We've known for weeks that they didn't have the story finished when they were still bringing in people to film stuff. Rebecca Romijn came out and said, I'm done. I might have to come back for reshoots because I have no idea what was going on. Hell, there's even a rumor out there right now that there was a clash on set between a couple of actors, and it's going to add more to the planned reshoots. Now, it's a rumor, but planned reshoots. What kind of production ideas, production, for lack of a better term, ideology, production thought process do you have when you're planning for reshoots? Shouldn't you want to go in there and make the movie on the budget you've been provided so you don't have to go back and cost the studio more? This movie is going to be a Frankenstein disaster. So remember this, based upon what he says, what Rebecca Romijn says, what other people have said, when you watch this movie, remember, movies are shot out of sequence. Scenes are shot not in set. This is something I didn't know when I was a child and I had to learn when I was an adult. Movies are shot not based on chronological order of the movie. They're shot based upon scenes or location and stuff like that. So when you watch this movie, yes, most movies are, of course, edited together to make the movie. But this one really will be a movie that had no direction, had no purpose. It didn't know where it was going. You'll watch all these scenes and they didn't know where it was going. They didn't know what the end was going to be, even though it's really hard for me to wrap my head around the fact that it's going to Secret Wars, which would be the crap version from about 15 years ago, which was God Doom and Doom World, where it was the mash together of the multiverse. That's where you're going. Pretty easy to write that ending. Pretty easy. God Doom. Multiverse. Smush. Now I'm God Doom in control. And now the heroes have to either break from their mind control or some that didn't get mind controlled and have to try and scramble that together and restore everything to the way it was. That's kind of an easy ending, but no, they didn't even have that ending in mind, knowing where these stupid movies are going. So let's understand. This is why nobody has the time of day or even effort to be excited for this garbage anymore. Because that's what it is. Unexciting garbage. People are exhausted. Fantastic Four is a fantastic flop because nobody cares anymore. And it's not superhero exhaustion. It's lack of interest because these things aren't exciting. They're not fun. And they're not telling stories people want to hear. Remember, Doomsday is now what? What is it? There's been no buildup for Dr. Doom. They're banking on nostalgia and excitement that, Robert Downey Jr. is going to be Dr. Doom. Yeah, we all love Robert Downey Jr., the MCU. That's what they're banking on. And now that's not going to float the boat. That's not going to get you to the finish line. This movie, I've said it before, is going to cost probably in the realm of $600 million when all is said and done. And we're going to get receipts because they're filming in England. It's the law. Now, maybe I'm shooting a little high saying $600 million, but this movie will cost a minimum of $300 to $400 million, probably more with reshoots, which means they're going to need, and the marketing campaign, you're going to see a marketing campaign unlike anything you've seen before. You thought the Superman propaganda campaign was big. Oh, here, hold my freaking beer. This is going to be a marketing campaign that will make you go, oh, wow, I can't take it anymore. You're going to cover your eyes. It's going to be so bad. So when it comes down to this movie with production and marketing, it's going to cost likely between $700 and $900 million. Okay? Which means a $2 billion break even, and they are not going to get that. It is not going to happen because, newsflash, nobody cares about the MCU anymore. This year has proven it without a shadow of a lingering doubt. Nobody cares about the MCU. They're done. They're bored. They're ready to move on. Of course, I want this to happen. Bring it on. Burn it down faster. Let it like that match, I will sit back, relax, and watch it, and I will be happy that it ends in this way. Okay, I'm done. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, check out my gaming channel at Renaissance Nerd Arcade, and follow me on X Twitter under @TheRedNerd. Thanks again for watching. Take it easy.